All right, third grade, are you ready for math? All right, so today I want you to take your multiplication quiz out of that packet and do multiplication set K. And we're going to do the same thing we did earlier in the week where you are going to complete the practice, see how much time it took, time yourself, and then complete the bottom half. I know we're rusty, so I'm not going to do the normal 2 minutes for that bottom half, but see what you can do. See if you can beat your time from yesterday, okay? So you want to get it correct, but you also want to see how fast you can go. So turn in set K. Remember, the top half is practice, the bottom half is what counts. All right, so yesterday we talked about division, long division. I want to ask you something. When you get your new textbooks at the beginning of the year, do you look at the back of the book and see which lessons you're going to be learning by the end of third grade? Did any of you guys look at this and say, what in the world are we going to be doing? And now you're doing it. Does that make you feel good? You've come so far and you've grown so much. So I'm really proud of you. All right, guys, so we are working on long division. Yesterday, we worked on some long division with facts that we already knew, just so that we could get that pattern down, get some practice with that. And today we're going to do more. We're going to be dividing with two-digit numbers. Our quotient's going to be 2 digits. So these are multiplication and division problems that you haven't memorized the facts for yet. So we're going to take it down piece by piece. We're going to go through that same pattern that we've already established. So remember, the division, long division steps, we can think of them as a family, right? So our steps are step 1 is divide, step 2 is multiply, step 3 is subtract. And then we also have steps 4 and 5, which we haven't used yet. That's bring down and repeat. But so the way we can think about that is think of members of the family. Dad first, mom second, sister third, and so on. So remember our division steps. Dad divides, mom multiplies, sister subtracts. That's just an easy way to remember the steps. You don't really have to know that. You can just memorize, divide, multiply, subtract. But sometimes you need an easy way to help you remember. So that's what that's for. Okay, so we're going to do 84 divided by 4 today. And we're going to use long division to solve it because you probably haven't memorized this one yet. You're probably saying, Mrs. LaFave, you only told us to go to 4 times 10. We don't know what that is. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so when we use long division, we can take a problem like this, but we always want to put our division problem in a division frame. So remember, the dividend, the number you're dividing, goes inside the division frame. Okay, so it looks like that inside the box. And then the divisor goes on the outside. So we're saying we're going to take 84 and divide it into 4 equal sets. And then our quotient will go up here. How many will be in 4 equal sets? If we start with 84, putting it in 4 equal sets, how many will be there? Okay, so what we do first is we're going to first look at our tens, okay? Whatever's closest to the divisor, we're going to look at that first. Now we know that this is 84, and this 8 represents 8 tens. That's why it's in the tens place, right? Okay, so let's think about this. What is 8 tens divided by 4? Okay, so you can think of that basic math fact, 8 divided by 4, it would be 2. So 8 tens divided by 4 would equal 2 tens, right? So we're going to put our 2 right up here in the tens place. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my other division problems so we don't get mixed up here. Okay, so we put our 2 in the tens column. All right, so 8 tens divided by 4 equals 2 tens. And then mom comes and multiplies. And she says, yeah, 2 tens times 4 equals 8 tens. Now think about how we would write 8 tens. Remember, this is not 2, it's 2 tens, right? So we're going to write 2 times 4 tens equals 80. Okay, now sister's going to come along and she's going to subtract. Now the reason we're subtracting is because we found that there are, if we're taking 8 tens and dividing it by 4, we're going to end up with 2 tens. So we've already divided 80 of these. So we want to take this out of our number. So we just go ahead and subtract 80, okay? So you can see we are going to have the answer 4, okay? And that is 4 in the ones place. So remember, this is all the ones column, the tens column, okay? All right, so now we want to repeat, okay? So Rover gets to come in here today. Okay, so Rover's going to repeat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to divide these ones. We took the 80 out of it, so now we still have these 4 ones, and Brother brought it down. So that we could divide our 4 ones. Okay, so here are our 4 ones that we want to divide into 4 equal sets. So if you have 4 ones and you put them in 4 equal sets, how many would be in each set? 4 divided by 4 is 1, and we're going to put that right there in our ones column. Okay, so 84 divided by 4 equals 21. It's 2 tens and 1 1. Okay, now remember how multiplication and division is always a fact family, right? So what we can do is we could do this backwards. We could say, all right, well, what is 4 times 21? Let's check ourselves, and our answer should be 84. Okay, so if we multiply 84, no, not 84, if we multiply 21, our quotient, by our divisor, we should get our dividend, okay? So 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. And there's our fact family, right? So we have 21 and 4 and 84 make a fact family. We can divide it, we can multiply it. Okay, let's go through some together on the front side, and then you'll work on your own on the back side. Okay, so let's take a look at the sample they've already done for us. Let's just go through that really quickly, see what they did. Okay, so we had our dividend was 68. We're dividing it by 2. So we look at the tens first, okay, and we say it's 6 tens divided by 2 would give us 3 tens. So we put our 3 in our tens column. This is all the tens, okay? And then Mom multiplies, so we do 3 tens times 2 would be 6 tens. 6 tens equals 60. So make sure the 6 goes in the 6 or in the tens place, and a 0 goes in the ones place. Okay. Then we're going to subtract. Brother's going to bring down. Okay. And so we have 8 left over. So what we did is we multiplied 60 divided by 2, and we got 30 something, right? And now we need to find our ones. So we do 8 divided by 2, and the answer is 4. So we put the 4 right up here in the ones place. And then we multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. Put it right there. And we're going to subtract that from the 8 that we had, and now we're at 0. So that means we are done with our division problem. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay, so we've got 2 divided by 84. Our sample before was 84 divided by 4. This time it's 84 divided by 2. Okay, so we look at our tens, and we want to do our tens first. We want to divide our tens into 2 equal sets. So 8 tens divided by 2. Think of the basic math fact. 8 divided by 2 would be 4. And since we're dividing tens, it's 4 tens. Our 4 is going to go right up here above our 8 tens. Okay, so now we multiply 2 times 4. 2 times 4 tens equals 8 tens. And 8 tens means 80, right? So we would write 80 right there. So what that means now is we've taken 80 out of the problem, all right? So we're going to subtract that, and if we take 80 away from 84, we're just going to end up with 4 ones left. Okay, so now we're going to repeat this process. We're going to take the ones and divide those by 2. Okay, so 4 divided, 4 ones divided by 2 would be 2 ones. So put that in the ones column. Okay, now we need to finish it up. Okay, so multiply 2 times 2 is 4. Bring it right here, 4. And sister subtracts. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So that showed us that we divided our tens evenly and our ones evenly. And here is our answer. Okay. All right, and you can check the picture too. You can see that we have 8 tens and 4 ones, and we want to put those into 2 equal groups. So you would divide the 8 tens into groups of 4. Having a hard time knowing how I'm going to draw the circle. Okay, so 2 groups of 4 tens and 2 groups of 2 ones. Okay, here's our 4 tens. Here's our 2 ones, and there are 2 groups, and that equals 84. Okay, so let's do, I guess this area is for us to draw the 4 sticks and the 2 ones. It's okay. If you want to do that, you may. You don't have to. You can just circle it like this if you'd like. Okay, so next we have 96 divided by 3. Okay, so we have, we're going to take care of our tens first. So we have 9 tens, and we're going to divide that into 3 equal sets. Okay, so think 9 divided by 3. If you're not sure, think 3 times what equals 9. Okay, and that would be 3. Now remember what we're thinking about. Okay, this means 3 tens. And 3 tens we would write, or 3 tens we would write in the tens place. Okay, now our next step, since we divided, our next step is to multiply. So we do 3 times 3, and what we're doing is 3 tens times 3, and 3 tens times 3 would be 9 tens, or in other words, 90. Okay, and then we're going to subtract, because we've taken 90 out of this problem because we just divided that. We know that 90 divided by 3 is 3. And so now we're going to subtract. Okay, so our answer now is 6 ones. Okay, so now we have to do it all over again. We have to take our ones and divide those by 3. Okay, so 6 ones divided by 3 equals 2. So we'll put our 2 right here. Okay, now even though I have 2 numbers in my quotient, I'm not done. We've always got to finish that up. We have to finish with the steps. Multiply 3 times 2, and that equals 6, so we put that there, and then we subtract, and we end up with 0. And that's telling us to stop. We have divided it completely, and so we can stop. So boys and girls, you might be thinking, why do I have to do these extra steps? Because we're going to add on to that later. So you need to get this pattern down pat. Okay, so if I took 96 and divided by 3, my answer would be 32. So here we have 9 tens and 6 ones. And if I wanted to put them into 3 equal sets, I would have 3 tens in each set, and I would have 2 ones in each set. And you could draw that, okay? You could draw that there. Okay, so give the back a try. Let me know if you have any problems. Okay, so there are just a couple long division problems, and then you've got some multiplication, and then you've got some basic math facts, division with basic math facts. This is what we did yesterday, and these are just basic math facts. This is from last week. Okay, good luck.